And welcome back, YouTube. It's August 29th, 2022, 12:25 p.m. Sorry about that last video. I ran out of space. So I just got done clearing off a little bit of space so I could record some more. So I'm pulling out of the Circle K at 7th Avenue and Roosevelt. It's really hot in the car. There's a high heat advisory today. It's supposed to get between 105 and 110, and I still have no air conditioning. Anyway, I was hoping I could get my Sip and Save drink here, but the soda fountain here has no ice. No ice. I had a hell of a time finding cups, and I'm thinking, well, God, at least if I can get like Circle K water, and that's cold, like that's okay without ice, but they don't have that here. Trying to turn right and go north on 7th Avenue, but there's this oversized truck making it impossible to see oncoming traffic, and there it goes. God, why does anybody need a truck that fucking big? Like, damn, how tiny is your penis that you need to compensate for it with a truck that size? Wow. That's some small dick energy right there. All right, moving forward. God, I was trying to explain what had happened in the last video with me trying to figure out what to do about my teeth, because I just don't have a freaking clue how to go about doing any of this stuff with my teeth. All right, now I'm trying to get myself something to drink, and that's something I'm a little bit more familiar with. It's a problem I'm much more accustomed to solving. I believe there's a Circle K coming up on the left here. Yeah, there it is. I can see it now. So hopefully I can get myself a cold drink here, because the cold drink would really help. It's so hot in the car right now. So not sure where the last one cut me off, but I was trying to explain. I called the place that I called Saturday. It's called Dental Urgent Care down. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I was talking about how I think I remember taking Priscilla there, and they had a widescreen CRT, high definition CRT, which those kinds of screens are really rare. Because around the time that high definition widescreen TVs came out was around the time that flat screen TVs came out. So most people, if they upgraded to an HD TV during that time period, they either upgraded to a flat screen TV, or they upgraded to they got like a big screen and probably went with like a rear projection model. The widescreen high definition CRTs never caught on, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, yeah, they're bulky and yeah, they're heavy as hell, but if you've never seen one, very few people have ever seen one, let alone seen one in action. But the image on them are amazing. Even the ones that maxed out at only 720p or 1080i 720p, although there were many of them that did 1080p as well. But the picture quality is just remarkable. Oh, and then of course there was plasma TVs happening around that time as well, and those didn't stick around long. Those usually had pretty good images as well too, but they suffered strongly from screen burn. But anyway, God, of course, what do I remember about the dental office? I remember the TV. That's what I do. I do audio video. I don't do medical dental. I don't know what the fuck to do with medical and dental. Anyway, I just need to get a drink so I can think clearer. I'm just going to keep this recording. I don't think we'll see much in the way of interesting homelessness action on the camera while I'm in the Circle K, because for some reason they don't really congregate at this Circle K. I'm at 7th Avenue in McDowell, by the way. This neighborhood has gentrified quite a lot. So even though I'm kind of like right in the middle of some really shitty neighborhoods on all sides, for some reason this intersection, I mean, like I'm looking across the street at the rather nicely renovated old businesses, which are kind of neat. Like they're the old school style businesses where the front door is facing the street and adjacent to the sidewalk, as opposed to being behind a sea of parking and cut off from the sidewalk. And then there's parking back, presumably back entrances as well. yeah, to give you an idea of like kind of how gentrified this area has become. Like the businesses I see across the way are like Zoyo Yogurt, Chipotle. I see a T-Mobile office. Underbelly Quality Meats, kindfully sourced, whatever that means. Why that just that screams yuppie. Anyway, this is in the middle of a lot of bad parts of town. This is actually a really nice part of town, on the edge of the kind of between like the nice mansions that are just south of Encano Park, or well, I guess I'm quite a ways south. Well, I guess I'm near that, and I'm also kind of near the Willow neighborhood as well. Anyway, going in to get my drink, and I'll explain what's going on with my dental stuff as soon as I get back.
Trying to stay high, run it down for the bracelet. Pull the chain out, the pain is straight your eye. Twin platinum guns, son, aim for the sky.
At least that was a problem I could handle. Oh God, so much better with a cold Mountain Dew. Normally when it's this hot, I stay away from carbonated beverages, but at this point I'm thinking the extra half caffeine give me a little clarity of thought, because I've been really lacking that today. Oh God, my scalp feels so itchy from the sweat. All right, so guy right there, I don't want to hit him, but he's trying to open his door like really close to my car. Anyway, he saw I was trying to back up, and he kind of stopped and played skinny and gave me a thumbs up. So that's a good thing. All right, I'm gonna have to crack a window. It's gonna make it hard to hear me yell, but it's just so hot and stuffy in this car right now. When I left the mental health clinic, I'm not sure if that case manager was coming back to help me more or not. What little bit she said before she walked away just left me feeling so helpless. She didn't really direct me to stay there, so now I'm wondering if maybe I was supposed to stay and not supposed to leave. Sometimes people are just not very clear with directions to me, and I get confused. So much assumption goes on, like assumption on people like knowing when they're supposed to leave and when they're not supposed to leave, and sometimes, like, I guess I'm expected to leave and I don't because I think I'm supposed to be waiting, and other times, like, I leave when I was supposed to be waiting, and that's something I'm often confused about. I'm wondering if maybe I should go back to the mental health clinic. That's where I should have went, and that's not where I went. I don't know. And the frustrating thing is, at one point, I know Priscilla gave me some kind of a card and told me I was on her dental insurance, but I didn't really know what to do with that card. Now I think she said it's changed, or she's removed me or something. I don't know. I just don't know how any of this stuff works. I am probably not going to get this light. Nope, didn't think so. I'm trying to remember what happened. Oh, so yeah, so I went to so I called after I ended the little short video where I was talking so I called the place in Tempe that had the cool TV back in the waiting room. I think it's at that place. Anyway, I told them I was on Access. They said they didn't take Access, and they said that they didn't know of any dental office that took Access. Oh, yeah, they said, anyway, they gave me this number for this place. I think it was called the Wisdom Tooth Guys or something like that. I didn't write down the name of the place. I just wrote down the phone number. And I was holding the paper at such an odd angle I could barely read my own handwriting. I think it's 602-926-0066. Anyway, I called them and made it through their press 1, press 2, press 3, listen to recording, blah, 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 blah. I made it through that, which I always struggle with those. And I struggle with those a lot just because, like, the way my short-term memory works, it just seems to exceed the what, like, it just goes so much, it's just more than I can take in and remember. Like, by the time I'm so far into the recording, like, I don't remember what the earlier part of the recording was and what I was supposed to do and what I was listening for. And then sometimes it confuses me so much I'm not even sure why I'm making a phone call. And then, anyway, I don't remember exactly what buttons I pushed, but I did finally get through to somebody, and she seemed very helpful. She wanted my Access ID number or membership number or something, and I don't know what that is. I haven't seen my actual Access card in a long time. And maybe I should go to DES and try to get that replaced, but maybe I should, but I don't know. Right now, I'm heading home. I'm very frustrated. I'm kind of at my wit's end, and I'm really hot, and it's super hot in the car. At this point, I just want to be in my room, or at least I've got air conditioning, and I'm not so stressed by everything around me, and all this stuff that just confuses me. I just want to be back in my air conditioning. I think it's time for me to take my pills again anyway. I forget what time I took them, but it's supposed to be every 8 hours, and 8 hours is a number I struggle with, so I'm trying to do the math on that. Like, I know 8 hours comes up to 3 times a day, but it's like, things that are 2 times a day are at the same time, AM and PM. I'm good at remembering that. Once you throw in an 8-hour thing, then it becomes different times, and it's confusing for me. I don't know if it's been 8 hours. It feels like it probably hasn't. I don't know. I think I took it at like 6. Yeah, I've never been good with regimens and pills because I'm really bad at remembering, like, when I take them and when I'm supposed to take them. And sometimes I don't take them enough, and then sometimes I take them too much. And I'm always worried when I take too many too much and then end up in the hospital because I took too many pills. Yeah, back when my mental health health was kind of managed through pills. Like that was a constant struggle for me, trying to remember which pills to take and when. And I never did do that very well. And sometimes I just, days at a time, I just forget to take them. I don't know. I tried different systems of trying to make a calendar or a list, but I never seem, every time I get a system together for that, I never seem to be too good at following it. Anyway, I need to go home. I got my pills with me, so I don't need to be able to take them, but I'll do a whole lot better at keeping track of what time it is when I'm out of this heat, and I'm at least at home. And I should try to figure out what's up with my iPhone. At least the place I called the wisdom teeth guys, so I guess they mostly specialize in just wisdom teeth extraction. Anyway, she said sometimes that they will do other types of extractions in emergency type situations. She said they also do payment plans and stuff. So I told her, I said, I do have credit, I have quite a bit of credit card and stuff like that. That's an option. I said, I just need to get it done. I said, I just don't really know how to navigate the whole system of where to go and what to do to get it done, but I just need to get it done. I said, if my insurance will take it, then please, take my insurance. If not, just work something out and get it done. I said, put it on my credit card or whatever. I just need to get these teeth taken care of so the pain will stop so I can go back to work. Anyway, I forget what all happened with her. The whole conversation was pretty confusing for me. But and when she's like, we'll call you back, she goes, well, you said, check on your insurance and stuff. She's trying to find out your name, your social security. I gave her my social. Anyway, she said she called back and I'm like, oh, well, that's a problem. I said, like, oh, for some reason I can't seem to get my phone to power up today. I said, the phone that I know the number to. I said, this phone. Anyway, she said it was on her caller ID. I got this number saved from the caller ID. It's a mobile phone, right? I said, yeah. So I guess she's got the number to the Obama phone, which I don't know that number. She said she'd call that number, and then I gave her my email address. So they call the number if they didn't get through on the phone. They'd leave a voicemail. I said, I don't know how to work voicemail. And she goes, well, we'll leave an email. I'm like, yeah, email's best. I don't know why so many people struggle with email. Like, I always say email's best. You give me an email, like, I'll get my email. I'll respond to an email. If your email says to call you at a number, I'll call you at that number. But yeah, nobody can ever seem to reach me on the phone, because most of the time my phone is like, I have trouble keeping power on them. And I don't know, people say they called me, but then I never see the missed calls, so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. I was really hoping I'd be in a dental office sedated by now, but I just really don't know where to go, or who to call, or what to do. But I guess I'm waiting for this one place to call me back, tell me whether or not they're going to help me. I feel like I should be making other phone calls, but I just need to get home, so I at least have a place where I'm out of the heat, where I can concentrate on doing that. Try to see what the deal is and why I can't get my iPhone to charge. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I did with my usual phone cords. I know I have that really nice, the really luxurious, soft lightning cable that I bought, the last one I bought at Ross. I know I have that one, and I'm pretty sure I used it on Friday when I was over at Moloch's. My memories are really unclear between leaving Bullock's Friday evening. Shit, I had plans to hang out with my friend, and he called and texted me, and by the time I woke up, it was nearly 2 in the morning. It's funny, too, because I told Cece, the lead singer of the band, I said, I really want to enjoy my Friday night. I said, I got a feeling I'm so tired right now. By the time I go home and go to sleep, I'm going to end up waking up at 2 in the morning and will have missed out on my entire Friday night, which is exactly what happened. At least at one point, like, when I woke up, and I did the math to find out that it was time for me to take my, somebody got an orange tag on their car. That's one of those parking tickets that generally means you're going to get towed. Wow. I wonder if that's because they're partially parked off the street and on the dirt where the sidewalk should be. I mean, I really don't blame people for parking like that on this street. This is a really narrow street. It has quite a bit of traffic on it, and it doesn't have sidewalks. There's another person, you know, parked up on the dirt where the sidewalk would be. There's somebody else completely parked on the dirt. And a person on the left parked on the dirt. Person on the right parked on the dirt. Really wish the city of Phoenix would do something about this street. And I think the solution would be really simple. Just simply put sidewalks on it and just make one side of the road no parking. So that on-street parking is only on one side. But I mean, like, look at this. We got a wall right there adjacent to the curb, so there's literally no place for a pedestrian to walk but in the street. Somebody hit the no parking sign on the right there. I don't know if you all saw that. It's all leaning down now. You know, the funny thing is, when you get on this side of Palm, they've got no parking signs on the right side of the street, but not on the left side of the street. And this street's wide enough that there's room for parking on both sides. It makes no sense to me. Why is this part of 46th Street that has enough room for parking on both sides and 2 lanes of traffic to drive by each other, have no parking on one side, but they're back just south of Palm, where it's so narrow, they've got people parking on both sides? It just makes zero sense to me. Wish I could get a job solving those kinds of problems. I feel like that's my calling, is transportation and transit. But I don't really know how to get those kind of jobs. Wish I knew how to talk to my management over at wish I knew how to talk to some people over at Amazon right now. I found out the hard way, I can't even go there unless I'm scheduled for a shift. I can't even get in the building from the time I left my charger there. And I really would like to talk to Sean and tell him that the reason I've not been coming in is that I'm just having some mental health issues and I'm having some physical health issues. But that no matter what, I don't want to miss my PIT training, because that's the whole reason I'm keeping the job. Just to make sure that that's been scheduled and to make sure that, you know, so I know when it is so I don't miss it and have to wait like another month for it to get scheduled again. Anyway, I'm home. I'm so overwhelmed by this thing. At least my teeth aren't hurting at the moment. Anyway, hopefully I can sort this out. This is not stuff I'm good at.